Mario is a 10-year-old kid that lives in a nice house with a pool in the city. He likes to play soccer and watch it on his big screen TV. He's a tall boy who has brown hair and fair skin.
Mario lives with his parents and his 5-year-old sister, Ariana. His dad is a surgeon and his mom is a lawyer.
Mario goes to a private school where he has a lot of friends and loves to write. His favorite subject is art and he likes to go to school.
Lucia is a 10-year-old brown-skinned girl with short frizzy hair. She lives in a small two-bedroom house. Her roof leaks every time it rains, and sometimes they don't have electricity. She shares a bedroom with her mom, and her brothers share the other room.
Lucia's dad passed away 4 years ago because he got sick and they couldn't afford to take him to the hospital. Her mom works really hard washing dishes at a local restaurant.
Lucia likes going to school, even though there's one classroom for a lot of kids. In the afternoon, she and brothers stay with her grandmother while her mom works.
During the pandemic, when a virus spreads around the world, everything changes for Mario and his family. He can't go out anymore to hang out with his friends or play soccer. His school is now online, so his dad buys him a new computer. He feels really lonely and sad because he can't go out to visit his family in another country like he used to.
During the same pandemic, everything also changes for Lucias and her family. Lucia's mom loses her job because all of the restaurants close down. Schools close down, and Lucia and her brothers starts collecting cans from the streets to recycle so they can make some money to help their family.
Lucia's mom lays awake many nights wondering how she is going to feed her kids. She doesn't have a job, all the restaurants are still closed, and she feels desperate. She decides that the best option is to immigrate to a country with more opportunities.
One morning, Lucia's mom gathers the kids in the small kitchen. There is nothing for breakfast except for a few bananas that sit in a bowl on the table. I have something important to tell you, she says. We have to leave. There is no work here. We are going to a new country where I can get a better job and you can get a better education. It will be a long walk, but we will be together.
Lucia and her family start a long trip to arrive in a big city. The trip lasted for weeks, and along the way, the family had a very hard time. They live in terrible conditions and they are very hungry. The nights are hardest since they have to sleep in the street. After 17 days of walking, they finally arrive in the big city. Once they arrive in the city, they look for alternatives to be able to get money to survive. They search until they run into a man from an NGO that helps homeless people and is ready to help them. He offers them accommodation at a hostel where they can sleep and eat. Lucia and her family temporarily move to the hostel.
After months locked at home because of COVID, scientists find a vaccine. From here, people start going out to the streets with restrictions. Mario is very happy, as he will be able to go back to school and see his friends. Finally, the long-awaited moment for Mario arrives. The schools open and Mario can go back to school. On the other hand, Lucia is getting to know the streets around the hostel, while her mother looks for work in the bars and supermarkets in the neighborhood. Although she had a lot of experience, she can't find a job and start looking for a job as a building cleaner. Lucia's mother looks for a job and eventually finds a job at Mary's school as cleaner. She has complicated schedules and has to work nights. Lucia's mother meets a teacher at the school and asks him for help to teach her children since they cannot attend. The teacher starts teaching Lucia and her sister. After some days, the teacher realizes that the girls are very smart. He decides to talk to their mother to raise the possibility of giving them scholarship.
Lucia sits next to Mario because it is the only free seat. When she sits, she starts telling him how her trip was and they start talking about their lives. Lucia realizes that they have very different economic backgrounds and Mario realizes that she is a very smart girl and she looks like she wants to study. They get on very well. After school, Mario goes to play football with his friends. When he gets home, he tells his parents that a new girl has arrived in his class, and he explains what she's been through, and that girl seems eager to study. He had never got on so well with anyone in class before.
A few days later, Lucia's mother got a letter. All the family were really scared because the letter was from the town mayor himself. They were invited to come to the town hall.
What if the mayor will tell us to leave this country?
Said the mother. The day of the appointment came.
It's my pleasure to greet you here.
Said the mayor.
I know about the difficult situation people like you are in. Families around the world are being forced from their homes in search of safety and a better life.
You are right. We are eager to find a proper job.
Said Lucia's mother.
We really want not to just survive, but to be creative members of society.
Here's the website address where there are many job suggestions for refugees. Besides, you'll find some more non-governmental charity organizations there, providing food and household items such as clothes and furniture for reasonable prices or even for free.
Said the mayor.
It sounds unreal, like a fairy tale. Thank you so much.
Said Lucia's mother.
How did you learn about our family?
It turned out that after Mary had told Lucia's story, his father exclaimed,
Wow, they are so strong and brave since they decided to make such a journey and did not give up. It doesn't matter that they are poor. What is significant is that they are hardworking and clever people. Thank you, son, for telling about Lucie's family. Go to your room and do your homework while your mother and I will discuss the story.
Being respected town inhabitants and having many friends and co-workers, Maria's parents managed to organize a campaign to support refugees. That way, the mayor had also been involved and helped create a special website to unite all the people and companies willing to help. The mayor has started his blog there, and his first one was,
Dear citizens of our small town, today I would like to tell you about some people who are called refugees. They are all the same people as we are, but unfortunately, many belittle them, do not give them jobs, and treat them horribly. Please think about how they live, how they feel. If you want to help them, you can join our campaign in different ways.
Many people did not remain indifferent. They transferred money to a specially created fund to help refugees and also began to donate unnecessary but good things. Some people changed their attitude towards refugees, and the directors of some companies offered a number of positions so that all people could work and get a good salary. Lucia's mother got a well-paid job, but the first day of work came, she felt slightly nervous and didn't know how she would be accepted by her colleagues. However, all of them were extremely friendly. Lucia also made lots of new friends and succeeded in her studies. She even won an award for being the best student in the school. People should be respected despite their race, economic, or cultural background. Help people in need, even without expecting to get anything in return, because it's the obligation of every person born in a safe room to open the door when someone in danger knocks.